at this resonance breathing frequency, you're retraining and reconditioning, repatterning your nervous system. This is really like a tool that many people, are looking for, but they don't know exists. Resonance breathing is a rate at breathing uh, in which your blood pressure, heart rate variability, and your breathing kind of come into a beautiful synchronization with each other. So it's like when you enter a state of resonance, and through resonance breathing, you are in a state of resonance, and things are just working synonymously. There's like a spike in your heart rate variability. It's a really beautiful kind of phenomenon that you create within yourself. And every human being has their own resonance frequency breathing rate. So for you, it might be 6 breaths per minute. For me, 5.5, 4, which is just this rate at which this spike in resonance happens within us. And so if I were to measure your heart rate variability, which is the interval between your heartbeats, which is also an indicator of your autonomic nervous system and your balance, and I were to measure you at different rates, we can figure out and determine what your resonance breathing frequency is. And this is the rate at which your heart rate variability and your kind of internal coherence is like spiking up, and it feels good as well. Generally, it's basically the rate at breathing where you feel most at ease and it's most comfortable to you. And there's a different breathing sort of ratios that you can have. It can be 4 to 6. So inhale 4, exhale for 6 seconds, or it can be equal, in and out. So for example, for me, my resonance frequency, I think at least, so what I've been practicing is 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out, which I believe is 6 breaths per minute. And basically it's breathing at that rate, and doing it for 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And really what's really, really important, I discovered this. So this is basically at this resonance breathing frequency, you're retraining and reconditioning, repatterning your nervous system. So how you have the fight and flight response, which is basically when you have your gas on the pedal, and then the rest and digest, where you break your foot is on the brake.
Yeah.
Most people in our modern world are constantly putting their gas on the foot on the gas, and they're just spiked up. You're anxious, you're frustrated, things are happening around you, you're triggered, and people don't even know how to intentionally really put the brake on. And many people that aspire to meditate, for example, a lot of people that I speak to that want to get into meditation, they want to find this kind of ease, so stressed out and stuff like this, which, understandably, most often it's an imbalance in the nervous system. So meditation is a way to kind of rebalance it and try to create some more balance. Resonance frequency breathing is a very direct and beautiful way to really recondition your nervous system. So basically, so for example, like I'll quickly finish off with this before some other question or share your thoughts. But when I've meditated consistently in the past, I really feel like an emotional ninja. And what I mean by that is, emotions come, I get reacted to certain things get triggered, and I'm kind of in a matrix mode, the emotion comes and I'm just kind of like, there's so much distance between me and these reactions. And it's a beautiful state to be in, right? Because then you're not immediately triggered. And I find that resonance breathing is a very direct, also scientifically validated way to achieve this kind of state. So I've noticed in the time that I have been practicing it, I'm just really, quite at ease in situations that previously would have really maybe a bit more anxious. And yeah, I mean, there's a whole lot there, but it is really a wonderful, wonderful technique.
So it's since you've been doing a resonance breathing that you felt like this, during times that would have been more triggering, you're kind of at ease.
I think so.
Like not just because you said that the meditation in the past helped.
Yes.
But you're saying the resonance breathing is helping even more?
So I would say that depending on how much you practice, and the kind of things that you do, it's also all, the lifestyle that you're living. There's so many things that impact, your emotional well-being, your nervous system balance, etc. Um, but so I've had this experience in the past for sure of the kind of the emotional ninja, as I call it. But I found that the kind of efficiency with which I achieve this kind of balance with myself is I think has really improved since I've done resonance breathing. I think but I think I really believe, which is why I've been so fascinated by it recently, is that this is really like a tool that many people are looking for, but they don't know exists.
Interesting. And it's been about a month, you said?
Yeah, a little bit more than a month, or of like 40 minutes a day.
All right, yeah. You started with 40 minutes, or
Yeah. 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night.
yeah, that's dedication.
Yeah, I mean, there's a book that was written about this. I think Breath, Body, and Mind, I believe it's called, where there is I believe her last name is Lagos, memorable name. And she works with top athletes and entrepreneurs and executives to incorporate, her protocol of resonance breathing, which is, 10 weeks, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And she's had some great results with the people that she's worked with. And so I basically just took that protocol as well, 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. And then I just said, okay, want me to do it? So I started doing it. I haven't had a 100% success rate, definitely not. But it's been good, and I will continue it for the foreseeable future, at least for channels.
Nice, interesting. Is it similar then to what's it called? So in French, it was like coherence, cardiac coherence breathing.
Exactly that. Exactly that.
Okay,
Yeah.
So whatever yours is, like you were saying earlier, you want to do the same inhale as exhale?
Yeah, the equal ratio inhale exhale.
Right.
There's a scientist, a cardiologist from Montreal, I believe, from Canada, who popularized this heart coherence in the francophone world. So and he has a method that's called 365. So there's different protocols. The 365 is 3 times a day, 5 minutes at a time, 6 breaths per minute. So it's, you do that, and then also there's all kinds of things about, heart rate coherence as well. So yeah, it's actually it's the same kind of outcome, let's say.
Okay, it's the same outcome, but it's not synonymous. It's a very similar but different breathing practice.
Well, it's trying to achieve the same thing, which is cardiac coherence, heart rate coherence. And it's just a different protocol to achieve that.
Right.
So, for example, if we're trying to get fit and trying to get in shape, we could either do calisthenics or we could go to the gym. And both would help us to build muscle and get stronger. Just different methodologies to achieve the same thing, and depends on what you're doing for. I think for some people, the 365 is probably much more achievable than the 20 minutes in the morning, 20 minutes at night. So I don't know. Gotta pick your flavor, I guess.